Hello, lads. That was pretty weird. Okay, so this is the channel where you watch us eat Taco Bell, talk about tornadoes, and just watch me do insane magic tricks that y'all don't know how I did it, which y'all really do, in the comments. Stop laughing at me. Okay, so we're just gonna be doing a little preview by the tornado. This is gonna be short because we're gonna let you know. Swipe up, there'll be a link in the description. You press it. It's $5 to learn the whole story about the tornado. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to y'all. But today, lads, I keep doing that. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know. Okay, so look, we're gonna be talking about the tornado, and I'm gonna let her start off because she knows more about the tornado like beforehand. So let her go on.
Show me your foot first.
Oh, you wanna do that first?
Sure. Okay. We're in the study room, so you don't put the other one up there. I'll just do this one. Okay, so this is Keegan's right foot. This is his free flap right here. Ooh, my hand got real close. And wiggle your dogs. He can wiggle his feet a little bit.
Like
his toes. He wasn't able to wiggle them for a while, but hopefully he'll get all of his feeling back. This is actually, like I said, his free flap, and it's a part of his back. This is a muscle from his back. This here was taken from the side of his right leg. He had a skin flap that failed. Lift your foot up, bud.
Can I put this one over here?
Let me see if I can.
I wonder if they've seen those
Lift your foot
videos
up.
where I had like all that hair and stuff.
If you can see under here, this is the failed skin flap, and then this is just like the back of his
Here, show them the pin sites.
Okay, and yeah, he had an X-Fix.
Pin. These are all healing up. This one's taking a while. For some reason, it's like, it's not really healed. The scar hasn't came off. This one's healed. This one's healed. It's like a little bump under there. That's about it. To be honest, I wanted to say something. I was pretty amazed that I could walk on that leg. I mean, look how, if you see how scarred up it is, it's pretty bad. And like reality, if you really see it, it's pretty bad. But I don't know how I walk on it. It's a blessing I still have a leg. Thanks Dr. Wynn and all of them that had done my leg. It was a pretty hard surgery. It was a tough time. But yeah, can I tell them at the hospital first so that you can do your part?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about my experience in the hospital, which wasn't really a pleasant experience. From like, the experience is like, first of all, it's being stuck in a room, not having much to do. It's like, I don't know what it is, but it's like, it sucks, and I didn't think it would suck that bad, being in the hospital, but it's like, you don't get sleep, because they're always constantly coming in with these loads of medicine that they want you to swallow it. It's like, you only get about 2-3 hours of sleep at night. It really sucked, and it's like, you doze off, and it's like, time for gabapentin, time for your vitamins. It's just, it constant nonstop. It really sucks, and I would want all of y'all just to be safe, and please don't wind up in the hospital. I know it wasn't my fault. Just don't do something that you know that's gonna get you hurt. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, don't. Because if you have to stay in the hospital like I did, it really sucks. And I can't explain it more, how bad it sucks. I just really want to make sure y'all guys are just taking precautions, being safe. I really don't want none of y'all end up in the hospital. And I was also she was going to share her story, and then I'll share a little bit of my story.
We were in the hospital for a little over 2 months.
Yeah, over a while. And the food's not great there anyways. It's really not great.
Okay. So, I guess where do I start?
You put it on you.
Huh?
Put it on you.
Oh, okay. It was April 22nd, 2020. And, it was a regular day. Nothing out of the ordinary. I had gotten laid off from COVID-19. My son was out of school because of COVID-19. And we were sitting there doing homework at the kitchen table. I thought I had heard something. Well, let me tell you who everybody is first. Keegan, my son, me, Nina, my brother Taylor, his girlfriend Brooke, and wife Brooke. And me and Brooke were helping Keegan doing homework in the living room. In the kitchen, and Taylor was sitting in the living room. And I heard something, and I wasn't sure what it was. And I was like, Brooke, do you hear that? And she was like, no, I don't hear nothing. And then I had got a tornado warning on my phone, which I'm sure we're all guilty of looking at, throwing it to the side. I know I always did, because what's the likelihood of a tornado hitting you, you know? You don't hear about it very often, or at least I didn't, or I don't. And for some reason that particular day I had a funny feeling, and I screenshotted the tornado warning, and we got it at 5:23 p.m. And then a little while went by, I'm going to say, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And I went to go look out the back door, because I was like, man, I just have like this weird intuition, like just something just is not right. And I went and looked out there, nothing looked out of ordinary. It wasn't super windy, it wasn't raining, anything like that. And I was like, man, like I just had like this overpowering feeling of something just is not right. So I turned around and I was screaming, use right here, for everybody, to get into the bathroom. Well, everybody went to the bathroom. I told Keegan, get in the bathtub. I'm going to get on you, to hold you down, because I just knew something was going to happen. He was like, what? And I was like, just do what I said. And by the time we all got in there, Keegan had already jumped out of the bathtub. And how the house was, there was no windows from the direction the tornado was coming from, so we never seen it. Well, we have a sliding glass door in the backyard that's facing the water, because that's where we live, on the water. And it was my brother, Brooke, me, and Keegan, in that order, my brother being closest to the door. Well, he was looking out the door to the back of the water, and he was like, I don't see anything. And he was like, look, you need to calm down, because you're freaking everybody out and you don't even know what's going on. And he was like, there's nothing. And I was just, persistent with something just doesn't feel right. And then we started hearing like a whole bunch of what sounded like a bunch of pebbles or rocks or something hitting the side of the house. And it kept coming closer and closer and closer to the bathroom where we were. And whenever it got there, it's like the house swayed to the left, and then it got real still. And I was like, oh my gosh, we're in the eye of something. This is bad. You always hear a calm before the storm. And then I was like, oh my gosh, everybody get on your butt. We're all going to break our legs. Well, Keegan was frozen in fear and screaming. And I ended up taking him by the arm, and I pulled him to the ground as I was on the ground. And Taylor and Brooke stayed standing up, and then I went unconscious. And then I woke up in the middle of the vortex of the tornado, and all I seen was a bunch of brown dirt with some white speckles in it, maybe insulation or something, because it was all over the place. And I landed on my face. And when I got up, I heard Keegan screaming, Mom, Mom, Mom. And let me try to set this phone here. And then I had just enough adrenaline to go under his arms and pull him to me. And his face was bulged out and everything. And
almost like a football.
I heard my brother Taylor talking, and he was like, I can't breathe. And, you know, I was thinking, man, I can't breathe either. We never heard Brooke. So we had a pretty good indication that Brooke was gone. Because we sat there for 3 hours and never heard nothing move or anything, and we couldn't get up because I had two spots under my eye were broke, both sides of my nose. The C6 in my neck was broken in 2 different spots. 10 ribs. My hip was out of place. My hip was broke. My leg was twisted. My ankle, my elbow, I'm not sure if you could see, but my bone was hanging out, and on my heel, 3 different spots in my heel was broken, and bunches of gashes. And like I said, and Keegan, he broke his shoulder, his pelvis, his femur, his tibia, his fibia, the complete tear of his ACL. He had broken his ankle, so many things. It was considered a crush injury on his right side of his body. And a few things on his leg on his left side, which I think was just a tibia and fibia. But he had a lot of things going on. He spent over 2 months in the hospital in Houston. And so we were laying there in complete fear, totally discombobulated. I needed my phone so I could call 911. And I was like, man, I need my phone so I can call 911. And my phone was in the kitchen, and we were in the bathroom, obviously. And it wasn't sunny outside, but I guess a glimpse of light had caught onto the phone, and I seen it right here to my left, and I picked it up, and I have my little thumb reader in my phone, but it wouldn't read because everything was all wet and bloody. So I couldn't, like I said, I was so loopy, I didn't remember my cell phone password. Then finally I seen like the little emergency thing on the bottom left hand side, pushed that, called 911. They said they were going to have help on the way, and I wasn't sure at that time where I was even at or really what happened. I was like, did we have a car wreck, or you know, what's going on? And my son's like, I don't know, did we? And then nobody could get in anyway because there's one way in and there's one way out. There were so many trees down, live wires. It was just impossible for a vehicle to get through there. They didn't even want people walking through there, but my mom was on her way home from work, and she ended up running 3 miles back there to us. Like I said, after laying there for 3 hours, they made makeshift gurneys out of doors. They took Taylor and Keegan to the marina by boat to get help quicker because it's off the highway. And they got there, and then I was right behind them. They had to find a door for me because I was the least hurt. And we lay there for about 2 hours. I stayed relatively quiet because I knew they had more injuries than me. And there was other people hurt, but I guess just not hurt as bad as them. Taylor ended up passing away about 5 minutes before the ambulance got there. And that was about 5 hours after the tornado happened. And they found Brooke shortly after we left on the boat. And we were thrown 100 yards. I'm not sure if the house like exploded and we just got sucked up and thrown, or if it lifted the whole house and just broke apart and we landed. We were in the vortex of the tornado, so I imagine it exploded. But their neighbor's house was fine. I mean, it was just like houses here and there, you know, messed up. But it was a disaster. It was bad. There was not a part of our house that was bigger than 2 feet that we found, which I didn't come down here, but I've seen pictures because I never left Houston since my son was in the hospital. But after that, then we went on Lifeline, and everything was just like a blur. There was a lot of, I want to say thank you to everyone that helped us. You know who you are. Not sure if you want your name thrown out there, so I'm not going to say it, but thank you for all the people that helped, that saved lives. And Keegan, come over here so you can talk. And what when? And hang on, I'm trying to fix my chair.
Before she runs out, you can show her Quinn.
And yeah, well there's Quinn's run.
Okay.
And here's Keegan. He wanted to talk.
Can you pull it out, please?
Oh, your chair. Yeah. We're in the study room.
It's real crowded, but it's a good place.
Here.
Are you not talking?
Yeah. Just lean him like this.
I don't have much to say that might be really.
Hold on, here you go.
Okay, guys. So definitely. I'm gonna hold on. This isn't gonna be the end of my channel just because I've already told the whole entire story. We're gonna do more things like tornado talk about my recovery and stuff. It's not the end, just saying I don't want anybody to think that always don't talk about the tornado. But I will keep in touch with y'all. And I was also going to say one more thing. If I haven't said it already, I was going to say thank you to Dr. Mansour, Dr. Wynn, Allie and Renee, all my therapists. Like, I wouldn't be like able to walk like a few steps, to, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to do that anymore if I didn't have a leg. And if without them, I wouldn't have a leg right now because they're the ones who slapped them all together and made this work. I was just gonna say a big thanks to them and everyone who helped me. Y'all know who y'all are. And there's something else I was wanting to say about the tornado, and it was that Buck's okay. I don't know if y'all were wondering that. I know I did a video on him, and then I saw someone was like, "Where's Buck?" But Buck's okay. He's all right. And if there's anything about the tornado that y'all want me to say, leave it in the comments on Facebook, the YouTube comments, anywhere really works. I will do anything. Like, I will tell you anything. You're not going to bother me by asking questions because I'm not that kind of person that's going to get offended if you ask me about the bump on my leg. It's obvious. Everyone sees it. They look at it, and I'm like, hello, you want to know what it is? And then I'm like, I'm not going to be like, no, I'm not telling you that's I'm offended. I'm not going to do that. I'm not that kind of person. I'll be like, yeah. And I'll be open with you, and I'll talk to you like, yeah, I was in a tornado. You know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, yeah, I was in a tornado. Bump on my leg is actually on my back. I'm not going to be mean, rude, wouldn't do that to y'all. But I don't know if there's anything she wanted to say, but
I already said mine. Just like if there's anything I left out about the tornado or anything that you wanted to say, or
I mean, there's really,
I kind of covered everything, I believe.
There was something I was wanting to say. I was going to say something. Yeah, I know what it was. So, dang it, I forgot it again. It was something in the hospital about transferring to Shriners. Man. Oh yeah, got it. I'm going to keep it in my room. So, the thing I was going to tell you about Shriners was, God, what was it? It's like it comes to me and I forget it. Let's see. I have it wrote down right here. Oh yeah, that's what it was. People were asking me how long I was in Shriners, and was like, hey, how long were you in Shriners for? Then, like, Shriners, like, how long were you in the hospital? Then you transferred to Shriners. How long were you in Shriners? And then, while you were in the hospital. So, I spent 2 months in Shriners, or 2 months in the hospital, and 2 weeks in Shriners, getting through, like, therapy in Shriners. It took me about 2 weeks to start standing on the leg. And I know that sounds like a long time, but it really wasn't. And then I wasn't telling you that. It was 2 weeks in Shriners, 2 months in the hospital. And I don't know why I kept floating away from me. I forgot I had that wrote down. But that's it for me. I don't have anything else to say.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I guess if y'all have any more questions or anything you want to ask Keegan, then you said ask in the comments.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Dear, goodbye. How you always do it.
Goodbye. Wait, what did you say? You don't always say it like that.
You always say something.
All right.
What are you saying?
Goodbye. Whatever you're going through, you got this. That's what I usually say. Okay, so goodbye, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And I was gonna tell y'all whatever y'all like going through, you got this. Trust me. Just bear with me. I'll be trying to upload more, maybe once a week, doing recovery, like about my recovery and stuff. And that's what I was gonna tell y'all. So, bye guys, and
That's something to look forward to though too.
yeah,
like your recovery
lipo.
Yeah, he's gonna have lipo in March. Get the bump. More flush with the rest of his leg.
Yes. So that's about it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and bye.